everyone. Welcome to Speedy Liminal. Winners round one. It is I, Gelly, with my co-commentator, T. Hurst. Say hello.
What is up, everybody?
And we're gonna be getting started here soon enough. Are we already going?
No, I don't
Or
think.
practice.
Oh, maybe.
Are we already scooching?
If we're already going, then Pathetik doesn't have the in-game time on, so hopefully not, but maybe.
Okay, hold on. We need to time things out and get that squared away. We did. Okay, hold on. Can we? Did we
Yeah.
start? Yeah.
Yeah,
Give us a moment, folks.
this might be bad, because Pathetik doesn't seem to be using the live split setup. With that setup, everything would be fine, but
Give us a moment here. Oh, this is super funny. I was not expecting us to just. I mean, if the run is going, the run is going. But I do think we need to. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we
No,
go.
wait.
Now we can see it. Now we're
All
good.
right. Okay.
I think we're good. We can see
All right.
Pathetik's live split timer. We should be all set.
All right. So for reference, bagelcat is going to be behind by about 10 seconds due to various streaming issues that we've encountered. Sorry for not giving better indications over the start of the run. I was expecting a little bit of a buffer, but we're just scooching off here. So yeah, this is induction. How do you feel about induction, Hurst?
You know, induction's kind of tricky. It's not, especially at the very start of a run. And you know, this was in the earlier match we had today. There was. Oh no!
Oh!
What is going on?
The classic. It bounced off and then bounced back on.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's induction. And yeah, so I guess today I should mention, you know, we have Pathetik versus bagelcat, and this is I think notable that bagelcat is actually running on console, and which means that she's at a bit of a disadvantage. It's a lot harder to do well with a console, but that's not to say it's impossible. And we have some runners, particularly Yellow Rat, absolutely destroying a lot of PC players' times, even on console. So, but I figured that should at least be brought up here.
Yeah, that's for sure. In case people are wondering what the disadvantage is, just imagine trying to move with a mouse where you can move from point to point very easily, whereas with console it's almost velocity based, where when you're holding on a stick, it moves the mouse from one direction to the other. Why can I hear myself?
I'm just gonna mute the Discord stream. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Thank you very much. So yeah, it is a close race between these two competitors. When they were doing the seeding matches, the total sums of their times were at a difference of 0.6 seconds, so they're very equally matched. bagelcat has a PB of a 23:15, whereas Pathetik has a PB of a 22:35, I think.
Yep,
so
22:35.
It could be a matter of consistency. It could be a matter of seeing if Pathetik has a breakout run or makes too many mistakes. I'm not really sure. I wasn't watching the seeding runs when they happen, so we'll just have to see. I mean, Pathetik is currently at a bit of a disadvantage for no other reason than missing. We saw an issue in induction where a little bit of time was lost due to the sign bouncing around, but I think other than that, these runs have been going pretty well for the both of them. Oh,
just kidding. Just kidding.
Spoke too soon.
That's exactly the commentator's curse right there. The moment you say everything's going fine, there's a mistake. Pathetik, a little frustrated, shaking his cursor. But yeah, so far this has been pretty close. I think both of the players got just a little over a 2-minute run in induction. I think they're both pretty tied up. So
yeah,
let's.
Especially right ahead by 2 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, because Pathetik just walked through the door at 4:03.
Yep, and it'll
bagelcat is walking through the door at 4:02. So bagelcat's just a little bit ahead right now.
But it is neck and neck.
Yeah, but that's incredibly close. This is basically, you know, absolutely nothing is decisive so far.
Yeah, we just started. Now, for those of you in the audience who are wondering, yes, it is true. Pathetic's face cam is currently just a blue screen, and bagelcat's is the Garfield movie model being put through a rendering simulation. Do not be alarmed. This is the way that things were supposed to be. So,
I mean, for all we, I don't know if that's for all we know, that could be an actual image of bagelcat. We don't know. Ooh. Okay, pathetic
oh,
might have
that is a
just run a
time-saving
launch
glitch.
right there.
Pathetic's no. You gotta reset to checkpoint. No. Okay, so Pathetic is going to be taking a time disadvantage for that launch.
Yeah, that's.
Oof. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do a time after the fact. The rules actually, I don't know if the rules have changed for the matches, but to my recollection, it's whatever time you would have lost from resetting checkpoint multiplied by 1.25. So
Yep.
you're almost given a little bit of a penalty for not resetting when you should have. I
I
don't know
know
how
for
much of an effect it's gonna make on this run. It might make all the difference. We just
Yeah,
talked about that in the early
I
match.
know for sure that was the case for seeding matches, where the time, like the sum of the time actually matters. Here for this, it might not be incredibly significant. I think basically it's if the match would have been determined by the amount of time, then like an action will be taken. Like if someone does a glitch that saves 5 seconds and then they win by 4.5 seconds, right? That could be significant, but
Yes.
we'll be, we'll see what happens. That did look like it was a glitch, but I don't think it saved too much time.
So it was a launch, and so I believe the rules are no matter what, you would have to reset to checkpoint, or you
Yeah.
would have to undo the action. And since neither of those were done, the reset to checkpoint would take you back to where you'd be grabbing the die. So it's probably a time save of 5 seconds multiplied by 1.25. That's almost 6 seconds. We'll have to see though. I don't know how the timing is going to pan out.
Garfbounce.gif. Yes, that's a very good GIF bagelcat is posting. This is incredibly close. I'm pretty sure that their times were just a little bit compared to the elevator. Uh,
Mhm.
on the Switch version, the loading times are longer, but note that that doesn't actually put you at a disadvantage. This game is
Nope.
timed with an in-game time, so the only time
Mhm.
that matters is the time that's set at the top left of the screen, or using live split. So
Right.
bagelcat's gonna look like she's behind for some of it, just visually, but the important thing is to look at the timer at the top of the screen. So
Yeah.
they're actually really close right now, even though it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, because if you literally look at the timers, the difference between them is 35 seconds.
Yeah.
That's just a loading thing, and it is going to get worse. So it's going to be harder to be able to compare. But so far, neck and neck, very close, almost too hard to tell. And considering Pathetic's penalty that he's going to be taking, we'll just have to see. It's just a matter of comparing their performances individually, which is a little bit of a bummer for a race, but it is what it is. We'll deal with it. Blackout sucks. Is so okay. You've run this game recently, right, Hurst?
Yeah.
I must know. So in Blackout, at least back when I was running the game, those corners that you would be trying to walk up
Oh.
next to,
Yep.
they're super scary because you can get launches off of them at high FPS.
Yep.
But nobody runs high FPS anymore. So is that like even a problem anymore? Can you get launches at 60 FPS that would save time?
So I don't think this is a question. I know there are some moderators are the people who can answer this. I believe I've heard that first of all, Pathetic just got blind maze, very nice. But I
Nice.
believe that if the launch doesn't actually save time because it just makes you go up, but you're just
Mm-hmm.
going horizontally, I don't think they count that against you. I had one
Okay.
of them happen in my seating matches,
Oh,
and
okay.
but it didn't actually save time. I was just moving horizontally. I believe that launches on those corners that set you up do not count as glitches. Anyways,
Okay.
we have bagelcat going in for the blind maze.
Yep.
Pathetic already got it successfully, so let's see if she can get it.
I I can never tell how long
There
people.
we go.
There we go.
I
Okay.
know sometimes I get a little scared watching it, but eventually, when
The
when
door
you
is
can see the
visible.
door, that's all.
Yeah.
So let's try to remember here. Pathetic's getting just over 9 minutes. 9 minutes and 4 seconds. So that's the time
Yep.
we want to compare.
And so in 30 seconds, we'll see. Currently on clone, is it for? It's been so long. I don't know what the next level is.
Pathetik is entering clone now.
Heck yeah. I don't think clone is usually a run killer. I mean, there's the clock, but I don't.
Yeah.
I think console is going to have a lot harder of a time with the clock than, because you want a faster movement to get the angle.
Man, this race is so close. 904 versus 906. Wow. This is an incredibly close race. And apparently that was gold. Apparently that was the goal for bagelcat. That's awesome. Love to see those. Alright, now Pathetik's coming up to the alarm clock.
Does not do the angle.
Ooh, that's rough.
And resetting. See, that's interesting. Wow. I would not have reset there. I would have just gone for it again.
Yeah, just keep spamming stuff until you get up there. I wonder if he was scared that he would accidentally do another launch. My first ever run that I submitted to the leaderboard got rejected because I did a launch on those alarm clocks. So, and like, I mean, I'm not, you know, I understood. I like even pointed it out to the moderators when I submitted it, but yeah, maybe that could have been the reason. bagelcat's going to be coming up to the area pretty soon, so that could be a place where she ends up saving some time.
Yeah, I don't know what her strategy is. Oh, oh boy. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so on console, I'm guessing you can't.
Oh no, the same thing happened, but she didn't reset. So that gave her some time there.
She got luckier because the small clock didn't push the big clock away from the wall. And that did kind of look like a rickety situation, but still, geez, go for the both of them. That's a rip. I don't know if that's a rip. I think both of them are close enough to where, well, Pathetik lost a lot of time, and also we have a 6-second deficit that we need to have a discussion about.
But also, there's Dollhouse left. Neither player has got to Dollhouse yet. Right, so bagelcat doesn't quite get okay.
Also doing that, yeah, neck and neck on the mess ups here. It is what it is.
Hello, once again, Pathetik at an 11:29. We'll just have to see what bagelcat is. So far, this seems like it's incredibly close here. This is maybe the closest race we've yet seen in a round 1 bracket. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think they're middle of the pack, so they've been seeded to be close together. So, makes sense to me. Bagel ahead of Pathetik. We'll see. We have an 11:29.1 on elevator entry for Pathetik. Yeah, this is going to be.
She's a few seconds ahead here.
5 seconds ahead, I think.
Which, just as we were saying at the beginning, even though Pathetik has a bit of a faster PB and, you know, is playing on PC, that really, you know, in a tournament, you can't decide anything based on that, right? Did you catch the time? I missed it.
11:24.8, so
24,
the difference is about 5 seconds.
5 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
This is so close. All right, Pathetik with a pretty good, pretty good start to Dollhouse here.
Well, we're gonna see if we get the sweet skip here or not.
This is the most important strat in the entire game. What do you mean it doesn't matter? What?
It doesn't matter. Look, they literally gave up.
What? Unbelievable.
Not only do you have to avoid a ledge grab, but it just avoids having to go up a slope, which may or may not be slower. Oh boy, brutal fan grab. Oh god. Is that how y'all play this game? That's repulsive. Okay.
Yeah, you resize the barrier. Alright, now bagelcat starting with the Dollhouse.
Oh, Pathetik having a little bit of a rough window entry there. Sheesh. I mean, I ain't dogging on nobody in here. I have a worse PB than I think anyone in this tournament. Oh, I could be wrong. I could be beating out some people in this tournament.
Very good resize by bagelcat. She got the ledge grab and was small enough to fit in the door. So that's very good.
Good stuff. Seeing the fast resize there, although I think you're going to be bigger than usual. I don't know. Oh wow, very good size for the back.
I think that's good. Yeah, that's you want to be as big as possible through there.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice keyhole room too.
Little.
bagelcat resizing the fan against the ceiling. I wonder if
I bet your console doesn't have
fast
enough.
Yeah, that could be.
Oh, yeah. These fine-tuned adjustments are not because the bagelcat's bad. It's just that the Switch's sensitivity is probably not best suited.
That was a good window, though.
That was a very good window.
Alright,
So let's see,
1410. That's the time
1410
to
flat.
which to compare.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we'll be
Emergency
looking at the
exit
skips for
protocol
Pathetik over
initiated.
here
Please
real
prepare to
quick.
conclude your Somnasculpt
Oh,
experience
yeah,
10,
that's a bad bouncy
9,
castle for...
8.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
actually
Oh,
not that
wasn't
bad.
bad.
That only lost maybe like a second.
Orientation
That was actually
protocol.
really good.
Stand by for analysis.
See here. Okay, so I don't know if I saw the first skip. I wasn't paying attention to Pathetik.
Hypothesis. Patient was
Hey, he got it. He
oriented.
got it.
Conclusion.
Okay,
Look based on the subtitles.
Impossible.
okay.
Reformulating.
Looking at the second one here. Big can. Oh, fail.
That's unfortunate.
It didn't make the jump, I don't think. Okay. That'll be 7 seconds for Pathetik there.
Instruction. Continue with
1410, and then
Somnasculpt
bagelcat
therapy
had to
indefinitely
reset
on an
checkpoint
independent
in order to
basis, as all
resight. Oh
orientation
man.
resources have been exhausted.
That actually
This
was a pretty
concludes your
decisive.
standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
Oh. We're getting word from God himself that he did in fact get the second one, and both of us are just too stupid to be able to tell. Thank you, God. To be fair, I come before the era where I even knew that was a thing, and so now I'm coming back to this knowing that the sound skip sort of exists.
It might not have
So-
even been a thing when you ran this. I think back in the
Mm-mm.
very early versions of the game, there weren't separate triggers
Yep.
for the audio, right? There was just one trigger that
Yes.
spawned all the audio. So
From what I've heard, they've updated the game to have actual physical
Yeah.
triggers that have gaps of them, which may or may not be sort of intentional or
Right.
just sloppy enough where they don't
Hello.
care.
So at
My
the
name
very
is
end
Dr.
of
Glenn
Dollhouse,
Pierce.
bagelcat was at a
Thank you
14,
for completing the
19,
Somnasculpt
which
standard
puts her
orientation.
9
seconds
seconds
lost.
behind. So, but that's
Okay.
still
First
Very
phase.
close.
9 seconds.
Yeah.
That is
Incredibly
incredible.
close.
This is so close. What the heck?
Yeah, the loading gap makes it real difficult to be able to pay attention. I agree. Okay,
Yeah.
Disparity's insane.
Of course, nothing
I
is
mean,
more
it is
challenging
what it
than
is.
the
People-
difficulty of changing perspective. Of fundamentally
Uh,
altering your perception.
she got the second skip. Okay.
I
I don't think she got the first one though. Thanks
Thanks
to God's shout out. Really. This first audio rip, it is what it is. Yeah. bagelcat in chat being a delinquent by not paying full attention during a tournament, even though I guess you do have to wait during these cutscenes.
Yeah, this is just sitting. This is downtime, especially since she missed the first audio skip. It's
That's what
a
this
little
is
more
so far.
downtime.
Yeah, it is a shame that the Switch loading times are the way that they are, where the closest race does look a minute and a half apart. But
Yeah. Pathetik using the
good grab.
newer, I guess, strat. I still don't know that strat because for me, I thought the intended mechanic was that the box disappeared if you jumped on it. Like, but I guess if you grab it before it disappears.
Progress of every
Yes.
patient,
It only disappears when you
that it is
like,
possible
past a
to
certain trigger and it's out of your
complete
vision or
exhaustive
something along those
supply
lines.
trains, thereby entering a state in which you will not be
Instant
able to
grab
recover,
for Pathetik,
even with the
nice.
help of
Oh, bad painting for
Missing the painting.
bagelcat.
That wasn't
Oof.
the worst painting. It was not great,
Yeah.
but that painting can sometimes just mess with you so much. So that was not that bad of a painting, all things considered.
Bonjour, je suis de... Is she playing in French?
I think so.
One of the comments say
She got the early
languages
quick, though.
never made a difference, did they?
I'm pretty sure it
Oh.
does not matter in this game
Because I
because
think the cues in Labyrinth are timed such a way where they can fit all commentary tracks, and the gaps that are between them are based on how long it took for the language to speak them. So I don't think it makes a difference.
pathetic. But also, yeah, I'm pretty sure the audio for this game is only English. I'm pretty sure the language only affects captions. So I'm pretty sure it
wow.
could not affect this in any way. How was that a good? I was looking at the.
It took a little bit of finagling.
Okay.
A fun fact for this room. Well, there's a lot of fun facts about this room. First of all, they keep changing the audio in this room because the last time that I heard it, it was completely different than to when we played it. Like they added a music track, but also the things that you look at are the things that disappear. So if you want to get that weird boost through the sign, try to look away from it as long as you can, and then go behind the sign. Oh,
I had
Bagel
no idea.
Cat doing the life preserver strat.
Yeah.
I came up with that. That was me.
Nice, nice. It's this. I use that strat. So thank you, Gelly, for coming up with these strats. All right, so it looks like Pathetik is ahead by 23 seconds according to chat.
Okay.
Pretty unfortunate, but that's what happens.
1639
You
to
know,
1702.
getting
Yeah.
Dollhouse. But
I don't think it was Dollhouse. I thought there was a 9-second difference after
True.
Dollhouse. I think the problem
True, you're
was the
right.
sound skip that really did it.
yeah,
Um,
Pathetik getting the checkpoint reset.
Which saves a bit of time. So I did not do that. I'll take credit for the things that I did. I will not take credit for metaphysical entities and philosophical concepts. Failed chess skip could easily level that. A lot of things could easily level that.
Yeah, this is still an incredibly close race. 19-minute white space transition for Pathetik.
Mhm.
Alright, we can use that to time. I don't remember exactly what the ending of that
No
was.
crash, please. I didn't know there was common crashes in console, but that doesn't surprise me. You can survive that before. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, not a crash. Okay.
No crash, let's go. The game is working.
Bagel Cat getting a little squanchy. All right, there we
Ooh,
go.
doing the damn, that paradox grabbing the building through the vending machine is
boxes,
hard
yeah.
even on PC. And she's doing
Yes.
that on console. That's
It's
very impressive.
very accurate. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But it saves a lot of time. And
But in
well,
white space,
you know what?
I also
I'm going to be
faced the
controversial.
greatest
Probably doesn't
challenge I
actually
could
save a lot of
imagine.
time. You can just walk in one
Because
direction and then walk in
with a
the other, and it
lifetime
probably
of
saves like
life
2
itself
seconds
behind me,
compared to
and
being
all of the
fast.
weight
But
that it carried,
you know, people want to
you
be as
realised
fast as
that
possible.
seeing
Bagel
things the
Cat,
way
I
I
can't tell the
wanted to
in-game
was
time, but the
not as
transition looks
easy
like a
as it used to be.
1923. Okay,
Yeah.
so 23 seconds behind on this match so far. Okay.
So if Pathetik makes a few mistakes, that could even it out. But this is still quite a close race. Definitely the closest one I've seen yet.
There's a couple of things to be done left in white. I
And
mean,
yeah.
chess stuff and
You're
the
well
block skip.
beyond dreaming now.
Yeah,
And
Pathetik
those-
basically
Anyone has
finishing
ever
up with
come back from.
just the walkathon
But
part
we
and is
hope
now
that you
onto
won't
the
get
hard
discouraged.
parts here.
After all, if this
Getting
is
the
a place
chess
of
piece
pure
resize.
perspective,
Bagel Cat doing
isn't
the
it
reset to
also a
checkpoint.
place
Very
where
nice.
a different point of
32
view can make
seconds.
anything possible?
Well, to be
Is
fair,
this
we
the
don't really
second-
know if that's the same on console. For all we know, console could be wasting their time. Because we know it's a thing on PC because we have the tools for it, but I would not be surprised if console has some weird tweak that doesn't make it as effective. Who knows?
Interesting.
You skip give it, then she skip take away. Yep, totally possible. Although I think Pathetik.
Oh
Yep,
wow!
Pathetik squeezes in there.
That was a pretty. I mean, maybe that was easier than it looked, but that I certainly
touch
wouldn't have
scuffed.
made that jump. I certainly wouldn't have done that. That's all I know.
I think you could have
Or-
guaranteed getting the checkpoint through the bottom of the ledge there.
True. That's
But
true.
yeah, it was a little stinky. I think you know if you hadn't made it, you would have had a ledge grab, and that cost a little bit of time. So
Yeah.
you know.
All right, and this.
But I think Pathetik sealed the deal here.
Yeah, I
well,
think this.
we have a minor recalculation to make in the form of the time.
True. And the loading difference is actually almost 2 minutes at this point. The timers are almost 2 minutes apart, so we don't even know yet. But Pathetik almost got a sub 23, which Bagel Cat's PB is not that yet. So unless Bagel Cat PB is by a pretty good amount,
you'd be looking at a time save that would be attributed to a glitch. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But okay.
But you don't know. She golded. What was it? Cubism? She golded something, I think. So golded blackout. So it could happen.
It was optical is the level that has the no, it's cubism. Which cubism? Big sad.
Oh, Pathetik Golden Lab. Wow, very nice.
Dang, very good.
But here we go, bagelcat finishing up with the walkathon section, and now on to the hard part. Let's see how this goes. Both the chess pieces and the cheese skip went totally fine for Pathetik.
The
So
early
let's
grab.
see.
Yep.
I
Yep.
cannot this. I
On
cannot
console,
imagine
this is
doing this on console. Oh my
this
god!
would make me sick. Yeah.
Wow.
Just using a joystick is oh
Ooh,
boy, yeah,
okay. Yeah, just
almost
take a
almost
second,
didn't
but
hit
that's
that one.
fine. That's fine. She got it.
Slow rotation up, slow
Yeah,
rotation
that's
down. Yeah.
fastest you can do on console. But cheese skip.
Oh,
Oh, I
is
don't
the
even know if she
reset?
got it.
We'll see. I
I
don't
don't
think
think
she
she
did.
got it. Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
is
seals the deal.
unfortunate.
Oof,
Yeah.
so now it's gonna be a lot of cube hopping. It is what it is.
Oh, is it faster?
It is
If
not
I miss
faster to
it,
cube
I
hop, by
always.
the way.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I always, if I miss it, I just get the cheese. That is unfortunate.
Back in the day, before we even did like the strat where you would stay on the ledge, we used to do cube hopping, and it maybe saved a second if you were super fast at it. But
That's
I'm pretty sure
technically
grabbing
cheese
cheese is
skip.
faster.
I mean,
It is technically cheese skip, but
technically, yeah.
it's
But
scuffed.
that is unfortunate. That unfortunate
Mhm.
time loss.
So I think that does seal it.
Yeah.
That is win one for Pathetic. And someone's already labeled it. How rude.
Yeah. Well, bagelcat's time has already surpassed Pathetic's time. So.
But there's also the glitch to keep in account. But yeah, if you had the glitch, it would be
True.
23 times. So yikes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, GG.
that was kind of a yikes at the end, unfortunately. But given how close the first part of that was incredibly close. There's potentially 2 more games left, right? This is not
Yes.
decided yet. This match could be. So far, I think every match so far has been a 2-0 decided victory. So this could be the first non 2-0.
Where we
This
get a beat
could be a
back. Yeah.
2-1 or.
Want to. Yeah. We'll just have to see after this run finishes, which is going to be sub 24 still.
Sub 24. I mean, that's still a respectable time.
Why was she there? Does console spawn in a different place in retrospect, or did she walk over there?
You can walk during that time.
Oh, okay.
Still 23XX. That's the important.
23XX. GG. But that's a 1-0. Pathetic to bagelcat. I just got a ping. Straight into second. All right, we're just chooching.
All
We're just going.
all right. No breaks
Immediately.
needed.
There are no breaks on this train. We're just going, apparently. It's 10 seconds. I'm making director call for 1-0. Okay, yeah. So our director has made the executive decision that Pathetic has won regardless of the glitch. That may or may not have happened.
Yeah, which I think is pretty reasonable.
A minute has started so that they're matching up in Dollhouse.
They line up at the end. I love that.
All right, here we go. In-game time
they're
started
off.
for both. All right.
And for one level, we can see them perfectly lined up.
Well,
still about a second off,
it's a second disparity.
That's fine. Like 1 second. That's even like players on PC. It can be more than that, just based on internet and stuff.
Bagel currently playing at 144p. Kind of brutal. Oh wait, no, things are clear.
No, it's not 144. It looks better than that.
there was a lot of big artifacting cubes on the screen for a second. Internet is a bummer. That's what I'll say. Just in general, we live in the end times. Getting a good cheese adjustment. Yeah.
Pathetic with the good cheese.
And bagel with good cheese as well. Yes. Okay.
To awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence.
this
Oh,
is
I
like
have already informed you
just
that
about
this is
a
a dream.
second difference.
You did
Ooh.
not
Oh
wake up.
no, the
Please
bagelcat
Dropping the
complete
dropped.
remaining
tiny
orientation
toothpick.
activities.
That is such a tricky strat.
All
Like I still
environments
miss
perceived
that.
during
You,
islands
if you
should
drop
reflect a
that, you should
typical
just pick
mental
up another
state.
plank
If
off
you
the
believe
Yeah,
your mental
door.
state was
There's no
compromised by
point picking it
Somnasculpt,
up off the
please
ground.
provide
yeah.
a
In my
comprehensive
tournament match,
rational
I
explanation
I
in your
dropped it and then I
post-procedural
picked up the
survey.
cube. I'm like,
Completed
I'm not dealing
surveys
with
may
the
be
little
eligible for a
toothpick.
gift card.
But so it looks like Pathetic with a little bit of a lead now because of
Has a
that.
little bit of a head start due to that, and also the cube. There is a little bit of adjustment on Pathetic not getting
Please
the
stand
bounce
by for
there.
polite
All right,
recognition on
so
your
Pathetic might be
completion of the
looking at something
Somnasculpt
sub 2 We'll
orientation.
have to see.
You did it.
Oh yeah, the rotation and
Maximize the
then
time
dropping
allotted
the
for your
sign
therapeutic
because
journey.
consoles
Yeah,
do
Do not
like
come home
that.
proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
I do wonder if you hooked up a controller to a PC and you did controller for some sections and keyboard for others, whether that would even be.
No,
I'm
I
gonna have
think
to try that.
even if you use controller the whole run on PC, I think you still have to submit to the PC leaderboard.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fully aware. I'm just wondering if there's some
Oh,
dumb way to break the.
yeah, I
Uh,
wonder.
so
Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
Bagel yiking in chat. Pathetic had a sub 2, I think.
yep, he had a sub 2. So I think
Yeah.
there's about 10-ish seconds in between them right now.
Bagel's loading, but we'll see. 10 seconds behind. Okay. Totally
Yeah,
doable as a gap, but not a great start, unfortunately.
yeah. Nothing that can't be overcame if Pathetic makes some mistakes, but you can't count
Mhm.
on.
You can't count on
Can't
other
count on
people's
that.
mistakes. There is no hope tournament playing. Oh,
What?
turning very
What was
early there.
I almost want to ask, what was that? Like that? I've never
Pathetic. A
just.
pitiful performance by Pathetic. Absolutely disgraceful. Turning way too
No.
early.
Made it up with some good box jumps.
Not gonna make the obvious joke here, but I think everyone in the audience is thinking it.
Uh,
Ew.
so
Well,
far
in the
this
door.
so far everything looks good for bagelcat from what I've been
Yep.
watching.
Ooh.
The good ramp. Oh, I didn't quite grab the thing well enough.
Interesting jump.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
the cube hop.
unfortunate. Yep.
Oh, yeah, and rotating the cube. It's just,
Wow.
yep. Yeah,
That is.
it's
I've actually
it's,
never even seen that happen. That looks weird.
I believe on console you can't even look all the way down, or maybe in
Even on
general
PC, you can't look all the way down.
look all the way down. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you basically are just going. "Ooh." So yeah, that's. Yeah,
That's a pretty
that's
good
rough.
door grab, though.
Yes.
That was a
decent
very good
door
grab
resize. Yeah.
by Pathetic.
Oh.
Well, that happens to
We'll
me
get a good
sometimes
pop.
with the cube. You
Yes.
drop it and it just flings off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The
Usually
fourth
doesn't
of
lose a lot of
15 is the
time.
time to compare.
I have a feeling it's going to be Twinkins at this point, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, could be. Pathetic heading into Cubism now.
Cubism, yeah. Good door adjustment, decent. Oh, little too small.
Almost.
Oh, it's going to
Ooh,
be a
that might be
squeeze for the
tricky.
elevator here.
Paradox instead.
Oh,
You made it through.
When the door is moving, you can squeeze through things where a static door you wouldn't be able to squeeze through it. So you definitely can get soft lock in certain situations, but
Yeah.
thankfully it didn't happen there. Pathetic getting the roll off.
So Pathetic actually grabbed the cube at the beginning of Cubism, which I think most people will jump on the
barrister.
barrister, yeah. Pathetic grabbed the cube. I know Devil Airrock grabs the cube, but then when he goes in the next level, he grabs it again, so he can reuse
Yes.
the same cube. So.
It's cube reuse, which it's mostly preference. It's kind of hard to tell what that save time, because at that point all it comes down to is the direct lines that you're taking and the direction that you're facing, and whether that makes any significant difference. And
solutions.
But
all
that's
of which
that's
are
the
far more
swag
traumatic
strat
and
that
likelier to
A-Rock
result
does,
in catastrophe.
dropping the end
I
of
am not capable of
the
suboptimal
side of the
suggestions.
cube and then jumping on
Please
it.
exit this dream as soon as
Jesus.
Instead of
possible.
having bad luck with the
Rough
cube that's
time.
splitting to pieces.
Yep. The fall down. Yeah. Oh, yeah, getting denied by the cube there as well. Yeah, so overall, just a lot of small things that on the Pathetic could give bagelcat a little bit of time to catch up. Pathetic ending on a 6.0, 9.4. Oh, letting go of the slide, oof,
Dang.
which is especially brutal for console because it looks like that just in general moves slower, so you have to grab it earlier to get away with it. And the side. Oh,
Looks like
yeah.
console is on the earlier patch where that thing stays upright. Whoa! This thing phased
Yeah, I mean, these
before.
things are glitchy as hell. I am not surprised that happens. Super funny.
And yeah, it
Bagel
looks
there.
like it's about 30-ish seconds difference still.
I said 609, I
609,
think,
so
so
33 seconds
632.
difference.
No, it's 23.
Or sorry, yep. I am not good at math.
Things can be won or lost in Blackout or really any other level. I mean, Blackout, we've seen people fall down the tube here. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. And Blind Maze, you can be forced to reset in Blind Maze, but we'll have to see.
Pathetic gets them both.
Decent enough. Better lines on here. I never did Blackout Maze Blind. I always grabbed the light for it, and I think even if I were to go for another PB, I think that's what I'd still do because I think it doesn't make that much of a difference. I think it's 10 seconds at most.
Yeah, I didn't learn blind maze until I had a sub 23. So
Nice.
it's something that you don't have to learn it right away. But then once I learned it, I realized it actually wasn't too hard. That's the same with cheese skip. I didn't learn cheese skip until I had a sub 24. And I learned it and it's like, oh, it's not actually too bad. But bagelcat not changing the camera, it probably doesn't actually make any difference at all, but I like that. Just like
Yeah, no, we
strafing,
just
because
you strafe into it. Yeah,
with the
on
analog
console you
stick,
don't
it
want
probably doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, on console you don't.
Oh no!
Almost
That's
resets checkpoint before
unfortunate.
realizing that wouldn't have done
Yeah,
it.
you don't want to reset the checkpoint here.
Yeah, so on console you probably
Again, that's very unfortunate.
Bagels described it, or at least Yellow Rat. Someone described it to me that on console you want to do a lot of diagonal strats because you want to avoid moving the camera. Because if you have a good enough line, you want to keep that line, and so you don't want to have to finagle with the direction that your camera's facing. So we do see a lot of minor adjustments where the camera angle is kept the same, and there's just tiny movements that are made in order to adjust, like you're seeing here.
Man, I totally missed
super
the
unfortunate.
entirety of Pathetik's thing. He's already finishing Blackout. I'm
He's already
assuming
out.
he got blind base.
Yeah, 9015. So better than last time, from what I recall, because it was 904.3 last time.
Yeah.
Bagel fighting for life here, which is unfortunate. Just a lot of small things. Blackout
Well, for blind
maze.
maze, that looks good. And
There
there's the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Without sound, it's impossible to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, bad jump. Yeah.
Pathetik moving on to clone.
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure. Significant memory loss, both quantitative and
That
Jetting.
radio strat, it's a nice
hallucinations
strat.
of dreaded or annoying
I
objects.
really don't think it loses that much
Unrealistic
time, like
beliefs
maybe
about
like
the
1 or
lengths
2
of
seconds
hallways
over the like
and other
optimal
side
strat.
effects which have not yet been
Which
discovered.
I can't
tilting
even
up
get
the
the
understood.
yeah.
of spinning it and tilting it at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's what we used to do. I mean, a lot of the older strats, the reason that people don't use them anymore is to squeeze out as much small time as possible. And sometimes it doesn't matter for the average runner. And that's one of them, I think. Bagel Cat had, let's see here.
Warning. Dr.
This is
Pierce
gonna
is
be a
frantically
9,
submitting
if it's
numerous
like a
spelling and
940 or
grammar
something, it's
mistakes into the standard
gonna be a rough
orientation
comeback. Yeah,
protocol and has
943,
contacted
okay.
That's pretty
counsel.
rough.
42-second
I have no
deficit here.
subroutine to correct these errors, but I
Pathetik
cannot
almost
compromise
completing
the integrity of the standard
loan before,
orientation
although that's a
protocol.
loading time thing.
You will
But,
not receive these
ooh,
messages.
Messing up
They
the
would
signs.
not
Those
make
signs
sense
can be so
regardless.
tricky.
they're
You mess it
essentially
up a little.
random. They're
Attention.
dependent on how
Dr.
fast you
Pierce
click and the
continues to input
duration between
significant
clicking, and
errors. I
sometimes you
will
just get an
interpret his
unfavorable
basic
setup.
ideas.
I'm a bagel believer.
Hello.
I'm
My
a bagel
introductions are
believer too.
redundant. I am a real
You
doctor
too
who went
can
to doctor
sign
school.
up for our rewards
VR has never
program
been a
at
mistake. I can help you, but I
www.
also do not know how. Transmission ends.
I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, I mean,
I'm rooting for Bagel just because it'd be more interesting, not because, like, I mean, like, it's nice to see the underdog win because console is an underdog for now until they find a sweet glitchless strat that doesn't work on PC,
oh,
and then they're
that's
just gonna ban it.
unfortunate.
Oh,
Okay, she got it. That was really scary. But you don't
Doing
want
a-
you don't want to make that alarm clock small. That can just be really scary. All right, Pathetic moving into
Hello,
Dollhouse
my
here.
name is Dr.
Oh,
Glenn
no.
Pierce.
Bagel Cat.
This is
No,
a
you gotta
notice
push it
get
harder.
that you have
There you
reappeared
go.
on the monitoring system
Yeah.
after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever
Bagel
you did
time.
most recently.
Yeah, no, it's
And
we'll
discontinue
have to see,
whatever
but
you were doing
gonna be
immediately prior to that.
less close unless a lot of things.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah,
Okay,
Pathetic.
that
Not
might
believing
have been
that.
a good call to
Yeah.
back out of the Dollhouse because Pathetic might not.
Yeah, because I believe the second door is slightly smaller. So
Yeah.
even though you could use that first door,
Good resize on the second one.
yep.
But yeah, that's tricky because even though it's literally the same door, the second one can
Oh.
sometimes be smaller.
Bad sign setup for Bagel Cat.
Hello,
Unfortunately.
my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Doing the radio strat here.
Let's go.
Not really saving it because you're not supposed to land on the slope. The whole point of that isn't the time save that you get from the line. It's you're supposed to jump from the radio to the landing. So I don't know what the point of that is if you're supposed to be landing on the slope because you want to avoid being on the slope because slopes are slower. So
that was a really good fan room and a good window room by
Yes.
Pathetic.
I can do D-House worthless. I can catch up. I don't think you're going to be allowed, Bagel Cat.
My
So
name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me.
Pathetic with the early Dollhouse.
The worst thing
I
you
keep
can
calling
do
this
Bouncy
Dollhouse.
Castle. We are in Dollhouse, so
It
you're
won't
allowed to
spare
make that
you from the
mistake.
cage of
Does the
death,
slope change your
the pain of
de
disease,
facto
the
speed?
facto
You don't
time,
come in here talking
the
about
cold
de facto
shell of
speed
human
to me.
nature,
I know
or the
what facto
eventual
speed.
loss
It's
of everything
it's a
you've
Mario
ever
64
held dear.
thing.
Whatever you do,
If you've ever
don't
watched
let
Watch
your
for Rolling
eyes
Rocks,
Rocks, yeah.
That's one of
Yeah.
that's like on my list
Hello,
of favorite
my
all-time
name is
YouTube
Dr. Glenn
videos.
Pierce,
And
and
then
Yeah,
I'd
so-
like to thank you for triggering
Yeah.
way
every
bunch
single
challenge.
one of
Not to
our
get distracted from the
823
race, but that's
emergency
really cool
protocols.
and go watch it.
This will assist us
Instead of having some
greatly
trouble
in improving
resizing
the
this
system
thing, I
for
think
future
that
patients.
the Dollhouse is getting caught on a chess piece.
Anyway,
So even though it looked like it was bigger,
I think it was
actually
caught on the
smaller.
wall to the left. It might have been one
Either
or
the
the
wall
other.
or the chess piece.
Yeah.
Alright, but now Bagel Cat going into the Dollhouse.
Little small in this Dollhouse. Probably going to lose a second from walking
Yeah.
time alone, but yeah, you might not be able to negotiate with console like that.
Yeah.
I think the
Might
slope
just have
does
to
change
go
your de
for
facto
it.
speed if you
Very
want that
good.
answer.
That was a very good second resize, though. Very good.
Yes.
Pathetic going for the audio skips.
I
First
think
one-
he just shook his head,
That
so
one
maybe
looked
not.
really close. Oh,
Analysis
error
completes,
analysis.
that's a fail.
You
Yeah.
don't want to hear that.
So that's the first one failed. So that's 7 seconds lost. Oh, wait, I don't
That
know.
second one might still be fine, but Bagel Cat Jenga blocks.
Pathetik does not have the achievement where he's collected all of the fire extinguishers, which is disappointing.
It's very important that you do that.
Especially in a setting like this where you can have your fire extinguishers do that sweet fire thing. It's just
Very important.
just very lame. So that's a
approaching
little bit rough.
Yeah.
Did not line up correctly. I think he was on the wrong side of the trash can if he was going for the traditional fire extinguisher setup.
I don't know.
Could be wrong.
The bagel cat with the bouncy castle. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Should throw out that soda can. Uh-oh. You changed your
I'm
angle too
worried
many
that
times.
might
Okay.
fall over. Okay, it looks good.
Fortnite.
But that... You
Who's
okay there?
playing Fortnite? On bagelcat's timer, it just said Fortnite. So apparently, someone on her friends list is playing Fortnite.
Oh, that's not a
do
good
not
idea.
squeeze into
Okay,
the door.
okay,
Don't do
okay.
that.
Okay, she backed up. That's good. Bagel cat finishing dollhouse. Unfortunately, I'm not keeping track of the times anymore. I don't know when Pathetik left Jailhouse at,
the
but
dream state.
1952. I think it's done. It's done unless a major
it's
mistake is made here.
Bagel cat fans are just looking a little
weeping.
sad.
Doubters are winning.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of
etc.
fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios
Pathetik
that
making
couldn't be found
his way
otherwise.
through Labyrinth. You know what, Rocket Sauce? I love to hear it.
Forever.
You know, honestly, I think that's the kind of energy we need this tournament.
I appreciate the commitment. Just please don't ask for a redo or a recount or anything. we don't have enough time.
There's a difference. Well, you know, there's a difference between being a believer and a bad sport. Did Bagel Cat get the first one? Yeah, I think she got the first one.
Yep.
It's in French, but it's saying hypothesis, which means she got the first one.
Okay, it's rolling up the soda can here. I think she got the second one as well, so she'll be saving seconds. That redo. If she loses, she loses.
Right.
Well, she's got losers bracket to go through. If you look at this, she's got the fire extinguisher.
She's got the
right now.
fire extinguisher achievement.
Good for her.
Exhaust your supply of
Exactly.
treasures,
What a hero.
entering a state in which
Pathetik
you will
coming
not
pretty
be able
close to
wake
the
up,
end of
even
Labyrinth
with the help
here.
of
With a
a
trophy.
mechanism.
There's a ways
There's a
to
good
go.
amount of times left.
The labyrinth, it's hard to have like a big reset. You can't really soft lock in labyrinth,
Yeah,
to my knowledge.
true. I mean, if you get,
That's
I saw
not
someone
true.
almost get lost in the
The
elevator
sound of
room.
an alarm clock.
That shouldn't really happen that much if you know the path, but if you accidentally mess up, you could just be lost and not know where to go and have to reset.
Absolutely.
But
For the most part, it should be clear. Now, white space is a whole different story. There's a lot of time to be gained or lost in white space, but
Yeah.
we'll just have to see. 1801 on the exit of labyrinth here. Let's see how Bagel does here.
it was an okay paradox. Took a second to grab it, but that's really hard.
Looked directly at the sign again. If you want to get the boost, you want to not have your cursor land on the sign.
That's such a. I had no idea. I like that.
Well, at least when I was playing in older patches, they might have changed how it works, but I'm pretty sure when your cursor lands on something, it starts to go away, or other things are randomly taken away. And it doesn't matter. It's one of these things that just doesn't matter, but I figured out the weekends too.
Of course.
With the white space transition on an 1845 for Pathetik, and the elevator was an 1801. So Console has a much harder time through this labyrinth because looking costs you real time here. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Oof. Just swinging wildly. Oh.
Pathetik with the checkpoint reset.
Ooh, the ledge is a bit sticky. But that's okay. With the checkpoint, yep. Grab
Queen
and-
strat, very important.
Okay.
Not too much
Look,
to comment on. Here.
God literally just told me crickets.
I know.
I'm
I
a little
heard
bit
it too.
peeved off just because there's a low point in the stream, just because we're all waiting and we're just looking, and it's okay to experience things without filling time. We're all friends here. We're all allowed to be comfortable with silence from time to time.
It's okay,
So you
Gilly. It's
chill
okay.
it, God.
Yeah, so right now both players kind of at a walkathon time right now.
Yeah. bagelcat is currently behind by what looks to be about an entire minute.
Yeah, I think like it was 1809, so I think just about 15 seconds, right? Or 1801, I don't remember. I don't remember.
It
what
was
you said, but-
1801 on
Okay.
entrance, and then
Yeah.
1845 on
Whitespace,
white space
I
transition.
also
So this
feel
is
So
a
it's
this is
a
a
greatest
full.
full
challenge
minute,
I could
unfortunately.
imagine. Because with a
Might have been a
lifetime
lab
of
gold if I
life
got the
itself
clock
behind
earlier.
me,
Dang,
Oh,
and
damn.
that
all
clock
of the
straddling.
weight that
Wow,
it carried,
Yeah,
I
that
realized
clicking the
that
alarm
seeing
clock from
things the way
afar
I
in
wanted
Labyrinth
to
is like
it's extremely difficult
pretty
on
tricky.
console
used to be.
because it's all about mouse position.
Even on PC, like I struggle with it. Where like I see the like little
Yes.
hand icon a million times, and I swear I'm spamming, but it just doesn't go through. So that's pretty tricky.
Instant white space would be a 5-minute time save. It would be madness because it would lead to the first sub 20 I think we'd ever see. But
Yep.
I don't think it's
You're
allowed
well
for a
beyond
variety of
dreaming now,
reasons.
and
Yeah.
further out
Not
than
least of
anyone
which
has
is
ever
probably
come
wouldn't be
back from.
glitchless.
But we hope that
Here
you
we go.
won't
Pathetic
get
coming
discouraged.
upon the chest piece
After
part.
all, if
Gets
this
the
is a
early
place of
grab,
pure
very good.
Very
perspective,
nice, very nice.
isn't it also a place
chest piece
where
nice
a
and
different point
big.
of view could make
I don't know if you saw that, but he actually walked off the
Isn't
edge
that
before
why
he
we
put it
came
on the
here?
board. So he actually popped up slightly. I'm
I
gonna
did
consider
not
that a
even
glitch and request that he gets a minute deficit now.
It
No,
requests that bagelcat gets another chance.
that would be so rude, but
No.
I think
Was a
Pathetik
pretty
has it.
clean. And I've seen two runner.
Oh, there we are.
Wow,
That's it
I
for
didn't think
Pathetik.
that would make it. Because the block was against the wall, I don't think there was a risk of falling. I just didn't think it was high enough.
I don't know if it was against the wall. I mean, but I think the height was
I
just
think it was
good
close
enough.
enough that you could back it
Mhm.
up if you messed up. I'm not sure. Once again, I know I wouldn't have gone for that. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, unless he lets go of the cube underneath him, which he clearly doesn't, Pathetik, I believe, should GG here for
Yeah,
another
with the-
2-0. Now, you might all be
possibly
thinking...
another sub 23.
Yes,
It's gonna be close,
definitely
but
sub 23.
I think it's it.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Unless we have a
Looks to be the case.
7-second retrospect, I think we'll be fine.
And Pathetic
54
takes the match with a 2-0 over
with another 2-0.
bagelcat.
Yep,
Um,
just how the seating is. I
pretty good.
did think it was going to be a lot closer, but
Yeah, I
it's a
thought
lot
so
of
too,
small things.
especially after the first match. Like it was really close for a lot of it.
Very
But,
close. Yeah.
you know, there are some sections that just small mistakes. Either a small mistake cost a lot of time. There were a few of those, but also just small
mistakes.
1-second mistakes throughout add up. You know, it can be kind of tricky.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
still, I'd say really good. You know, it's a good match, good performance by both players. We'll let bagelcat finish out the
We'll
finish
let her
out
finish
this.
out the run. Yeah. Destroy the loser's bracket.
Yeah,
We'd love to see it.
Bagel making her way all the way through the losers bracket. It could happen.
We could see it.
But
Just
yeah,
have to wait for this run to end. I think we've got 2 minutes left here, probably. He's full of mango and went from losers.
it's a Smash Bros.
Love to see-
Melee reference.
That is a Smash Bros. Melee
Super
reference.
Smash Brothers Melee. Alright, bagelcat getting close to the end of the walkathon part. Into the actual, the stressful part of white space.
Oh boy. So just for
that's
reference for people, Pathetik in winner's bracket is going against A-Rock. So, you know,
best of luck to Pathetik.
best of luck to him. We wish him the best of luck. Meanwhile, bagelcat, don't know who she's going to be taking on in loser's bracket, but Probably not A-Rock, unless something real bad happens. So, so best of luck to both people in their future moves. Alter 50 or Archmage. Those are both names that I recognize, so it might not be easy. It is a really bad metric, considering I remember people from like 2-3 years ago.
Pathetic. Bagelcat will be finishing up pretty shortly. Looks like
Momentarily.
it's unfortunately not quite going to be a sub 24. But
That'd be a 24OX, I think. Bitrate destroyer. Yep.
and that's about
That'll be fine.
that's that. And I'm assuming that we'll be having an interview, assuming that either Pathetic or Bagelcat will be interested in a Smash reference. That's a Smash Bros reference.
Barely missed 23 rip.
Man, these loading times, like, they're killing me.
They're just brutal. Yeah, no, Switch loading times are super funny. I've had to deal with them in other games before, and they're like minutes. Yeah, 2408. GG.
Temps final. I like that. 2408.9.
Be
And
pumped,
that
you know,
is
but,
a
you know,
wrap. Rocket
GG.
Sauce, apparently, even though they're a Bagel believer, they're happy that Bagel didn't beat their PB. Rocket Sauce, man, that's not
Just
a good look.
brutal. We
Also,
welcome in
what's up,
our
runners?
2 competitors. What would you guys like to say before we barrage you with questions? Pathetic?
I don't really have anything to say, other than it was a run.
It was 2 runs.
Yeah, it wasn't really good on either of them.
And yet you won. And Bagelcat?
Years ago.
Good job on the consistency, Pathetic. I mean, I think after the first one, I kind of lost my, I don't know, something clearly happened.
She's
but
clearly
no.
not pleased. You're like, oh, I didn't do that good, and then you beat her by a minute. But it's okay. It's okay. So just for reference, the first match was extremely close. I don't know exactly what the inciting incident that caused the fall behind, but it was really close up to, and I think past Dollhouse even. You guys had really close times in the seeding matches. You guys were off by like 0.6 seconds when you summed all the times together. So I expected it to be a little closer, but it seems like console is just working with a disadvantage no matter how you slice it. And
no, you're right. We almost were tied, I think, pretty much until Dollhouse, and then I missed the portal room at the end, and then I missed first audio skip, and then I missed cheese skip. So that was kind of unfortunate, but
it is what it is. In the second match, I think things started to fall apart as soon as Blackout, when you started falling down the pit a couple times.
I don't know what happened there.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
But good job to both of you. For reference, Pathetic, you'll be going against A-Rock, so congratulations on winning this match. That's your prize. And
congrats to both players right here for going to this bracket. I mean, I don't know. I would love to see. Honestly, I would love to see.
I'm expecting the upset.
I
believe
hope
in
it
you,
happens.
Pathetic.
I'll be watching.
We have to do a ton of practice from now until then. Just hope that he screws up a ton.
Pathetic. I like that. Absolutely. Yes, Samsonite is God, feeding us messages from above.
And mocking us mid-match. Very rude and unprofessional behavior from our restreamer here. I'm gonna be asking for your resignation. Anyways,
thank you.
Yeah, that was definitely a good match.
I gotta say, I think I'm really thankful that Gelly, you're on commentary, because now I can go back and watch you talk about I don't even know what, but I know it'll be a good time. So thank you.
Hearst didn't even let me talk about dumb shit this time. I wasn't even really allowed. He kept bringing us back to the match, for better or for worse. So.
I know. I was focused on like the tournament and the gameplay. I know, like what even?
I had a lot more freedom back in the good old days. No, it's good. So I'm glad you appreciate my commentary, I suppose. So yeah, this went well. If does anyone have anything else to say? Otherwise, we can. I guess are we gonna raid Pusheen Hat for the second time today?
Is Hat still streaming?
Oh,
nice.
All right.
Duck.
Yeah.
Rating Da Duck.
All right.
Okay.
Here's what it is. All right. Let's go. Choo choo. See y'all later.
Good night, everyone.
Nice.
Good matches. What?
Yes.
What?
True.
And there's the raid message. Everybody spam that once we get into the raid. Spam that terms of service accepted. Very important.
Man, this raid takes forever to set up.
Yeah, it goes on for quite some time.
Please click the raid button instantly whenever I raided. Georgie, I'd like to say to everyone, Georgie is greatly appreciated, but he definitely is scuffed as hell. So.
Wow. I want to see you set up all of this stuff.
I would love
to.
to.
See you set up
He didn't let me today. I was set up
OBS.
to be the director today. I was set up, and then there wasn't someone to commentate, so I was asked to commentate, which is fine. But I could have done it.
All right, everybody. See you later. Bye.
Alien Jen did time.
Yeah, I don't.